So this is how to set up the UpBox 3D. You have a filament at the side. You will usually have a filament that fits into the slot there, but because we haven't got any, as long as you've got it onto a reel that will allow free movement, then you can put a different filament on there. So the filament's going into the machine, and it comes through this wire here and goes into the nozzle just there. Okay, and obviously that's where it heats up and drizzles it out of the extruder. Now the instructions for this machine are quite simple and they're all displayed onto the top. So they give you guidance on a long press, a double press or a single press of the 3 buttons that are at the side of the machine here. Okay, so to start with, I'll turn it on round at the back. And you should notice that the UpBox writing starts to glow orange. So from on here, or orange pulsing, printer switched on, waiting to be initialized. So to initialize it, you can see that you just need one long press of the power button at the side, and it should kick the printer into action. Okay, so while that loads up, just to get an idea of the other buttons that are on there, you can preheat the platform, you can turn the lights on and off. They usually turn off just to save energy. You can reprint the last job, withdraw filament just to check if you've maybe put a new filament in there, or if you need to check if it's clogged. You can pause and resume your printing. You can extrude filament, and you can obviously stop the print. Okay, so you've got the different colours for the status of the machine. So at the moment we have green. And green pulsing means that the printer is initialised and waiting for a job. So this is where we go to the actual computer, and on the Up software we click onto Open, and within here we find a design that we need to print off. So if I go into prosthetic hand and I scroll down, I'll try and find a small, actually the palm will do, press Open, and it should bring the design into the print area. Now you can move the design around the bed, you can move it along different axes, and you should always click on place to make sure that it is set onto the base of the bed. You can scale the design up and down, you can move it around the bed, you can rotate around just to have a look at your design as well. And then we go to print. Okay, so the print options come up. You can choose the quality of the prints. You can go from normal, fast and fine. Obviously these will have a huge influence on the time that the print takes. You can decide whether you want it to be an unsolid model, and you can decide whether you want a raft underneath. The raft will basically print out a small square or rectangle and build your design from it, just so that it hasn't got a chance of tipping over. So if I move this out of the way, I don't think we will need a raft in this circumstance, so I'm going to press on no raft. I'm then going to press OK. You can, on some of the printers, they all come with their own software, you can play around with the density, so the percentage of the fill. So I'm going to press on OK. Now you'll notice down here it says there's 264 layers, and it's basically sending them through to the printer, and it will determine how long the printer's going to take. So going back to the printer, the bed inside, you need to make sure that it's clean and clear. You can get a scraping tool to do that. You might want to apply a fixative to it, depending on the type of bed that you're printing onto. So it's almost sent the layers through. Okay, so it's just converting them to time, and then sending them through to the printer. So you'll see a small blue bar appear at the bottom here. Okay, so in the machine itself, if you open the door, it will pause the print, and so if you do want to view your print, you need to open the lid. Okay, that can be a different situation on other machines. We've got an XYZ Da Vinci where you can open the door but you can't open the lid, so make sure that you're sure of that. If you do open it by accident, it pauses the print, then obviously you can follow the instructions up here to get the print back on the go.